All right, today we are going to discuss linear functions. We've discussed functions before, so let's look at this example here. I'm going to do a table of x, y. So 14 goes to 24. Oh, no, sorry. 14 does go to 24. Sorry about that. 24 goes to 20. 34 goes to 16. 44 goes to 12. Okay, so here is a set of numbers. The first thing I want to do is I want to figure out, is this a function? So I have 1x goes to 1y. None of my x's are repeated. So yes, it is a function. Now, linear or line just means that it forms a line. The way we're going to figure out if this one is a linear function is we're going to look at the change. So when I go from 14 to 24, I've added 10. 24 to 34, I've added 10. 34 to 44, I've added 10. That is going up at a constant rate. We're adding 10 every single time. Okay, let's look over here. 24 down to 20, I subtracted 4. 20 down to 16, I subtracted 4. And 16 down to 12, I subtracted 4 again. Because this is a constant rate, okay, so I have the same thing happening over here and then the same thing happening over here. That means that this is a linear function. So yes, this is a linear function. Okay. Let's look at another one of these. All right, let's look at, I'm going to do a mapping here. So my x values are going to be 0, 2, 4, and 6. Over here, I have 3, 9, 27, and 81. So my 0 mapped to 3, my 2 mapped to 9, my 4 mapped to 27, my 6 mapped to 81. So this is definitely a function because each x has exactly one y, so that's good. Okay, now let's see if it is constant. So from 0 to 2, okay, we went up 2. 2 to 4, we went up 2. 4 to 6, we went up 2. That's constant, that's good. Let's look over here. 3 to 9, well, we went up 6. 9 to 27, we did not go up 6 at all here, okay? And so right here, this means it is not a linear function, okay? Because it does not have a constant rate of change there. Now, sometimes you can be given something like this, all right? So on a graph, if I had this, okay, using my vertical line test, is it a function? Yes, it only passes through one point at a time, so it is a function, okay? Now, is it linear? Is it a line? Well, yes, it definitely is a line, so this is a linear function. Okay, that one is a linear function. If I looked at something like this, okay, let's figure out, is this a function? So if we use our vertical line test, so we get our vertical line, does it pass through one point at a time? And yes, it does. So it is a function. Now, is it a linear function? Is it a line? Well, it's a combination of two lines, but is it a line, one continuous line? And no. So is it a linear function? No. Not. Okay. Now, the one other thing that you need to be checked for with linear functions is when it's an equation. So for a linear function, we are looking for a line. We're looking for a constant rate, or we're looking for y equals mx plus b. So if we're looking at 3x plus 2y equals 6, I want to know, is this a linear function? Well, I don't really know because it's not quite in that form, but I'm going to turn it into that form. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to solve for my y. So first I'm going to get the 3x to the other side. Okay. These are not like terms, so I'm going to keep them separate. Okay, we can't combine them because they don't agree. They're not the same type. Now I want the y alone. This is 2 times y, so I'm going to do the inverse. I'm going to divide by 2, but I'm going to make sure I'm dividing each piece by 2. That way I get y equals -3/2 x plus 6/2, which is 3. Now, does this match that form? And yes, that does. So this is a linear function. Okay.